hi there. How are you? Are you hungry? Really hungry? Think about like after you've done a little bit of yard work and you're just like, oh man, what am I going to make for lunch? So what if I could show you how to do a little bit of work? You throw the food in the oven, solar oven, not just any oven. We're going to cook today's lunch in our solar sun oven. It's about 45 degrees out here in Michigan, and my husband's got the solar oven out there ready for us to put our lunch in there, and he says it's about 310 degrees right now. 310 degrees, and it's only 45 degrees outside. We should be able to make something really yummy in there. So stay tuned. I'll keep you along on this, and you can watch and see and maybe smell what we're having for lunch. Stay tuned. All right, so today we pulled out some croissant dough. I've got some smoked turkey lunch meat, and then some of this thick cut Mexican cheese. So I've already pre-opened the cans because, you know, the minute you go and you pull this, it makes that big pop noise, and it absolutely scares the stars out of me. So I did that beforehand. All right. So all I do is I unroll it, I lay my little triangles out, and I'm just going to put my lunch meat in there. One piece of lunch meat for each roll. And then we take some of this thick cut cheese. By the way, anybody that has any little children, these thick cut pieces like this are absolutely great for them. My 10-month-old grandbaby, we get him a few days a week, and he absolutely loves to use his little pinchers and pick up the cheese for snacks or lunch or whatever we give it to him for. All right. I'll do a little bit more in this one. So it's 45 degrees here today, and sunny, absolutely beautiful out. So I asked my husband, I says, hey, can we pull the solar oven out and see what we can do with it? I've got some yard work to do and pick up some sticks. So I thought, you know, we could throw these in, do a couple hours worth of work, and then lunch should be ready. There you go. Isn't that cute? This guy's looking like he's wanting to stick on me. Nice thing about these too is you can do these up and throw them in the freezer, and then when you want just a really quick meal, you just pull them out, and they are ready to be popped right into the oven or even your air fryer. These work really good in the air fryer too. I don't know about anybody else, but you know, you get working and you kind of forget to get something going or whatever, and then you get into that hangry stage. Oh man, I hate that stage. So something quick like this would be easy to pull out, or even these, really, you know, it's taking me just a few minutes to get lunch going. So we got in there, looks like there's 8 of them for lunch. All right, let's take a walk out to the solar oven. We'll pop this in. So we're walking out. Here's our solar sun oven. We have one that actually has the little tracking device on it. Let's see where that device is at. There it is. And so you line up the little holes in there. There's a little hole over there. And this thing actually will rotate by itself. So let's see if we can take a little look and see what kind of temperature we're pulling today. Can you see that? We're just past 350. So we should be good. Ooh, it's hot there. It's actually gone down in temperature just a little bit. But let's close this up and give it a second to come back around. All right, so it is 2:10. We're gonna come back in about 20 minutes and see what these look like. All right, you guys, look at this. All done by the sun. 45 degrees today in Michigan. Got the solar cooker up to, what was it, 350, dear?
Yep. What are you doing there?
Cutting wood.
Cutting wood for what?
I'm going to make dinner tonight.
Yeah, what are you going to cook in?
I'm going to cook in cast iron, but I'm going to cook on this thing. You ever seen one of these? This is a rocket stove. And what we do is we go around and I pick up sticks from in the yard. I come back like a little caveman. Got my wood, I'm going to make dinner. Check out this tool. This tool. This tool. Watch it. I can't break this up with my own hands. Even when I'm as mad as I could be at you, I still can't do it. But watch how quick this does. So what I'll do is I'll take my little, recycle my toilet paper rolls, put my little kindling pieces in here, kind of bundle it up like it's a Christmas package. Shove it in a little hole, add some little twigs into it, put a little fire to it, and then you should see the flames that come shooting out of this. It's like cool. Stay tuned. We'll be showing you that in just a minute.
Can't wait.
Can't wait? All right.
No.
All right, so while we're getting the rocket stove ready, we're gonna have a little side dish of rice. And so while I'm out here working, I'm gonna plug our little tiny rice cooker. It's a Black & Decker one. I think this was only 200 watts. So it's the perfect size for David and I to have like a little bit of a meal or a little bit of rice. So I know some people do their rice 2 to 1. I do it about 1 to 1.5. I'm gonna come over here a little bit. And then I just throw a little pat of butter in there. We're gonna plug this in. On this little guy, it's so easy, you can never burn rice this way. You just pop this puppy down to cook, and when it's done, it pops up, says it's warming, and it's perfect. Every time, every time. So the apex right now is at 92%. I'm gonna let David talk you through the rest of the technical part of it, because I cook, he does technical stuff.
So it's on right now?
Yep.
I don't know if we're going to be able to see it.
92%.
So it's a 92%. It says it's drawing 204 watts right now. Each outlet is capable of 1100 watts, 1500 watts total. So the 200 watts it could probably run this rice cooker for 5 hours.
All right, so we're ready to put a little bit of flame to this rocket stove. One thing that, we kind of be cautious about is we always do have a fire extinguisher in the near vicinity when we're dealing with this, because, you can always knock something over or whatever. So just a word of advice there. All right, let's give this thing a minute to see what it's going to do. Alright, so now one of the cool tools that comes with this rocket stove is this little grabby deal. And it just makes it kind of nice because you can go in there and move things around. And the other thing that's nice too, oh dear, I forgot the metal thing that goes under here, is you can actually pull, you can stick this in here and pull your ashes out. It also comes with this really long straw, so you can kind of stand back. have flames. I'll give it a few more minutes to get some good coals in there before I put the cast iron on. And we should be cooking here in a minute. Alright, let's see how warm it is. Alright, we'll give this a minute and we'll be right back. Alright, we've got the shrimp done, and now I'm going to add some zucchini, broccoli, or zucchini, summer squash, and some onions that we had left over from last night's dinner. Should only take a minute to warm this up. Look at that. So let's do a little check of the rice. It's popped up. It is done. Alright, we'll be plating our food here in a minute and we will be eating. Alright guys, are you ready? Check this out. This was all made with the sun, using it to charge the apex, which cooked the rice, and then we used scrap pieces of fallen branches from our yard, cut those up, and then used those in the rocket stove to cook the shrimp and warm up the vegetables. How about that for being off-grid? So how was it, dear?
Good. Going for seconds.
So, alright, let's see what this solar oven's doing. Looks like we're at just under 225. That's plenty hot enough for me to be doing dishes. Probably a little bit too hot. Yep, I can feel the warmth coming right through with my gloves on. So let's take it over and get some dishes done. Camping style. Can you see the steam coming off of this? Might be a minute before I'd be doing dishes in here. Pretty awesome. Hot water just by using the sun. I don't know if you guys saw a minute ago, I had just a little blue blob of dish soap on there. And I just added the hot water, a little bit of cold water, stuck it in there, and there you go. We have camp dishes. And so I'll do them all, wash them all up, and then we have one of these. I think it's an insect sprayer, but I just fill it up with a little bit of water, throw a couple drops of peroxide in there, and I use that to rinse my dishes when I'm done. I've already washed all these. I just set them to the side so I could rinse them. See how simple that is? Good clean dishes. Off-grid. Okay, let's see. So today we did the croissants in the solar oven. The turkey and cheese croissants. You guys saw me roll those all up this morning. And then we went outside. I said earlier, 45 degrees here in Michigan. We were able to get our sun oven up past 350 degrees. And the croissants turned out absolutely beautiful. So then in between, I was doing yard work, picked up some sticks. You guys got to see the cool little nipper tool that we used. I just used the twigs that I found laying around in my yard and then was able to take those and then put them in our rocket stove. You know, a couple little bundles of wood was all I used. And that was enough to cook the shrimp that I made for dinner. And then while we were kind of doing all that, I had taken, using our solar generator, the battery pack, to plug in my little tiny rice cooker. So we had the rice cooker going using the Apex, the solar charger, which was charged by the solar panels that are outside. And then while I was doing all that, we took a little glass jar of water, quart-sized jar. We put that in the sun oven, and I, probably let that go maybe 45 minutes while I was doing everything. Made the dinner, plated it. My husband and I had dinner. We were all done. Went back to the sun oven, and you saw in the video, I had to wear gloves because that jar was so hot. So 1/4 of that hot water, dumped it in, and I was able to get everything cleaned up. It was super easy. So if you're curious about it, keep watching, because this is the kind of stuff that we do all summer. Whether we're in our main home or we're out traveling in our off-grid trailer, we still use these. We do it all the time. We practice so that we're out in the, boondock camping, and we can't just plug in. We have to use what we've got. And if we have a couple days of no sun, or, we've used the batteries up, whatever, we have to find a way to get our hot water and our meals and coffee. I cannot live without coffee. And so these are going to be a lot of things that we're going to be teaching you guys and just sharing with you what we do. If you have any questions, feel free to send us a message, or, PM us and ask us your questions. We'd be happy to share the information that we know. And hopefully, you guys can use some of the things that we're showing you and we're teaching you, and, just have some fun with it. All right? Until next time. Bye-bye.